What can Ninjas in Pyjamas do against OpTic Gaming? This is the place to find out. It's about to begin. It's going to be exciting. I'm confident of that much 100%.
Oh, yeah. And will AJ be able to bring that scoring prowess to the LAN stage?
Let's hope so. I want to see AJ coming out at this one fluently, like he's having fun and enjoying the game. That's always when he's at his best in Rocket League.
I can never tell when AJ's having fun, to be honest. I mean,
He's
you watch
tough to read. Stoic character.
I've even tried watching him play Mafia at times, where he's supposed to be working with you. You know he's on your team, but he's still, you know, he's impossible to read. Well, same with his gameplay out on the pitch. It's probably why he's so tough to read in the air.
Well, someone I do want to read is Motta. I want to see how this guy performs, not just because he has the all-important Jorby backing, but because Astromic, he's brought in Yan back when he played for a team called Locusts. Look what happened to Yan. He brought in Lost when he played for the club. Look what's happened to Lost. The man is a talent scout, and if he's saying that Motta is next up, then my goodness, he's certainly somebody we've got to keep an eye out for. But of course, as I'm saying, that Motta hits it a little bit behind him, but Bems can make something from it at least.
Perhaps he's the South American version of Pashi back in the day. Oh, he's
not going backwards.
Here we see AJ trying to dribble that out, and that is going to be a nice challenge for Mata. Now back in the corner, Mata gets a 50. AJ looking for Rettles. AJ's going to stay on the ball here. A little chain dash. And now Bems will take over. Tries to get the bump on Magic Bear. Magic Bear saw that coming.
Bems and Astromic, the players of experience here for Ninjas in Pyjamas. Going to have to make sure they're playing up to their best in order to make their teammate feel as comfortable as they can. But it's all defending from NIP so far. OG making the most of their rotations, the boost prowess that they have as well, as Magic Bear just about dodges out of his teammates. It wasn't an attempted bump, but it could have turned into one very simply. They're having all the play though. Ninjas in Pyjamas, good defending, but I want to see them break out of their half at some point.
But we did see a similar start in the Gen G BDS series where Gen G was playing so much defense and they still managed to at least get that first game win. We're seeing a lot of the same here with OpTic. OpTic all-out offense here, and you might see the first goal. You do. Magic Bear will read this one.
You said that OpTic were tough to read from their body language and their perspectives, but when that goal went in, there was like a huge fist bump, movement all over their seats. They're up for that, they're riled up, and they had their lead.
They certainly do. It was a bit of a crazy play there. You saw the trail was orange on that ball. The ball was deflected there by Selwyn from NIP that kicked it really hard and resulted in a terrible bounce. So tough break there for NIP, but with that extended pressure from OpTic, something's bound to pay off. You did see a little bit of a double commit there from OpTic, but they were able to get away with it.
Yeah, it was a little bit rushy there from OG over there in their own corner. And Ninjas in Pyjamas can make something from it, but the ball going around the corner. Rettles into the center. Good play from him. Certainly one of the most improved players in North America, I'd say, alongside Arsenal for Space Station Gaming. Two of the relative oldies upping their game. Staying on that grind is exactly what we want to see from them. Ben's backflips, but Motta helps him out. Ninjas in Pyjamas happy to take the game slowly, not trying to force anything, feeling their way into this one, understandably as well, their debut match here at the Spring Major.
Now, a lot of times you will see those first games in the first series of an event be a little bit of a feeler game. The team's not quite comfortable yet. It is an uncomfortable environment for the most part. Sometimes you got lights in your face, different equipment. Just got to get used to it, so you have that adjustment period.
And that's before the fans even come as well, you know? By the time they're here, if you make it that far, that's just another element to this all you have to deal with. LAN, completely different. Whenever I play on like a friend's computer, I'm rubbish. Like even by my standards, I'm just worse. So coming here, next to your teammates, the pressure on you, it's a villainously difficult thing.
Just even the bass for the teams, the bass of the speaker. Oh, and there's a dunk on Astromic. Talk about some extra bass in the speakers. The goal explosion kicking through the stadium. As Mata goes up, fakes the challenge, and that was enough for OpTic Gaming to bite.
It was awkward from AJ as well. He was rotating ball side, and he got in his teammates' way. No one from OpTic really knew what was going to happen. It's sort of the threat that we saw earlier when they had that triple commit. That was the same problems in rotation that OpTic showed. This time it's led to a goal against them. Ninjas in Pyjamas had their equalizer. Now they're pushing for a second. Bems gets the first touch and wants to dunk Rettles, but Rettles wisely puts it to the side. Ninjas in Pyjamas, though, they've completely upped their game since scoring. It's done them the world of good.
It certainly has. We finally hit the last minute of gameplay, despite OpTic having a lot of the early momentum. And IP has brought it right back. Now they are keeping OpTic Gaming back. You can see Rettles trying to push all the way upfield, running on small pads, but a solo effort from Magic Bear. Now we see Rettles having to survive this numbers advantage, but Magic Bear on the back check, able to get that demo from behind. Needed to get back. Rettles does finally clear it, but that was a sketchy situation there for OpTic.
Now down into the death of this first game, and Ninjas in Pyjamas knocking on the door. Bems to the side, AJ charges him down. Might be able to get the second. Such a good 1v1 player is AJ. He picks his spot, and he sinks it.
AJ coming up big time for OpTic, getting the block. And it was such a good block, it set him up for an immediate shot. And that is going to be tough for NIP, who were bouncing back nicely. They were keeping OpTic pinned down in their own half. But that one play just goes to show you how quickly the play can turn. And AJ with another fantastic challenge. Might have another goal. That one saved. Rebound is going to be a goal, though. And so AJ's 50s have propelled OpTic to a win.
I think he realized that his team was just playing a little bit slowly, and this new version of AJ, he's comfortable and confident enough to say, okay, I will be the guy to change that. I won't look around to anyone else. I'll up the pace, I'll up the speed. Suddenly OG have a 3-1 lead.
And both goals because of those quality AJ challenges. AJ, 50s right into scoring. So that is excellent effort from AJ. AJ all around the MVP, in my opinion, that game.
Although we're looking at the in-game screen now, and Rettles was at the front. He was the highest scorer by 21 points. He beat AJ by. So
it's those two saves. AJ didn't get any saves. Neither did Magic Bear. Those saves can really pad the stats.
Oh, there you go.
You know, and those are honestly points that you know, you don't want to be too proud of. We've seen a lot of savior of the seasons that lose.
That lose a lot
on the worst team in the league. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was a professional performance there from OpTic. I feel like they're not trying to exert themselves too much. You have to take into account the fact that fatigue is going to be a factor if you go late on in these events, and OpTic will certainly have the late on series more in their minds than Ninjas in Pyjamas will, thinking, can we break into the top 4? Can we break into the top 2 if we perform?
Certainly, and I think, you know, for OpTic, they are still they're an underdog in my mind. They're not a team that I really expect or think can win an entire regional, and now they find themselves at a major. But the one thing that has been true about OpTic is they have been underdogs that perform and underdogs that deliver. You saw the crazy phase reverse sweep. We've seen them even just this split really defy the odds and have a great split to even make it here. So they are determined. Even if you don't put them up there as the best team in North America or don't think they have what it takes to win it all, I think OpTic believe in themselves to the point where they think they can, and that's really what results in a lot of these wins that they're able to grab.
Well, NIP put up one heck of a fight in the first game. It wasn't quite enough, and OpTic Gaming were able to win it out by 3-1. And already in game 2, Ninjas in Pyjamas are looking good again. But OpTic just with a little flash of mechanical skill, a huge flick from Rettles, puts them right back into attack. And I think that's what Ninjas in Pyjamas need to be wary of. They're not going to have the attacks and the pressure all their own way. One misplaced pass, OpTic are going to have them right back up in defense.
But that was a nice demo there from Mata, who gets another demo on the backtrack. You can already see this adjustment. There were some demos last game, but Astromik was the only one to pull it off. Early on, we're seeing some demos there from Mata. We'll see if that is part of the strategy. Maybe send Mata upfield, get some demos from behind, maybe play a bit of an instigator role that we see Rettles play so often.
So far, we're seeing a very balanced Ninjas in Pyjamas, which isn't surprising based on their statistics. Pretty much even across the board in pretty much everything. Just a solid defensive, attacking, and midfield play unit moving about the pitch and trying to get in the way of these OpTic Gaming players, these green walls. The green wall, should I say, as AJ is getting a save there, knocking it to the side. Bems charges him down, a bit more Ninjas in Pyjamas pressure. Magic Bear going to get it as far as Mota. How's his pinch game? It's good, and he uses some chain dashes to get to the ball as well. Great play from Magic Bear, even with 0 boost. Ninjas in Pyjamas can get it to the side. OpTic Gaming starting to warm up in game 2.
And Mata even getting a tip there, that's going to be valuable. Ooh. Mata gets the bump. If that shot was on target, that might have been scoreable. Mata doing so much work there to get that double and then get the bump. NIP starting to surge a bit.
I'm waiting to see a little bit more from Motta. I mean, I understand that he's just trying to feel his way into this series and into this environment, but get yourself on the ball, go for something, go for an airable. I mean, he had a bit of the ball there, went a bit sideways with it, be a bit more direct, Motta. We know you've got the ability, let's see it.
You knew what he was trying to do there, and we do see a goal out of it.
It has worked.
And so Stromik is trying to lead block, and in those situations, you want to hold that ball close and give your teammate time to connect on the bump or the demo. And that time, even though that first attack didn't pay off, it bought the pressure that allowed NIP to score.
Was Stromik just rapping? He was doing rapper hand movements with his hands. I don't know if he was just a particularly expressive speaker and talking to his team, or if he was really feeling free and getting some freestyles out in real life as well as in the game.
Well, you know the emotions are running high, especially when they're here up against OpTic, the green wall. An incredibly important matchup, especially for South America as a region. We're watching and hoping that South America can pull through and grab that extra World Championship spot. Because if you get even one SAM seed to skip through into the top 8, that's going to be big time for the region.
Well, it's 1-0 so far to Ninjas in Pyjamas. Their first lead in this series. Been a hard-fought one. Lots of defending in this second game, and Retals is coming forward, has a clean couple of touches. That's something Ninjas in Pyjamas have managed to ensure OpTic Gaming don't have too many of. Hits without anyone charging them down, where they can just put the ball wherever they choose to. Instead, it's NIP being able to do that themselves. There's Motta in the center towards Retals, who's bringing it back down the other half. So far, OpTic not doing too much. There's not much incisiveness with their solo plays. It's getting it halfway. There's an NIP player there, and I guess having to do it again.
Well, I mean, even in the last game, we saw 2 AJ50 wins that led to goals. That were 2 of the 3 goals. So we'll see if OpTic can really ignite this offensive presence. We know they have, but so far it has been a bit quiet.
Stromik to the ceiling. Retals just bumps it long. OpTic Gaming slowly but surely starting to run out of time, which is going to come upon them more quickly than they expect. Retals needs to get a catch here, and still they're just having the ball boomed right back to them. Starting to run out of patience, so Stromik wants to go over a couple of them, but can't quite. And Motta gets a gorgeous touch in the air. The flip reset, not quite as accurate as he wanted, but once more it falls to a Stromik. Every second ball going to the NIP player.
Well, Retals getting hit on takeoff, somehow doesn't make contact on that ball. You saw him get bumped a little bit, which threw off his balance. But that ball snuck through enough. But there's a pass. Retals jumps early. Magic Bear getting around it, and it sneaks in. That was not a fast shot as we look at the speedometer. Only 44 miles an hour, but you can see Retals land and immediately go for the bump and throw Bems off.
Yeah, it was smart from Magic Bear. He saw that Motta was a little bit more wide than he should have been, and instead of taking the 50-50 and slowing things down, he just thought, okay, I'll give the shot a go. And there were bumps, there were mistakes, there were poor rotations, everything was coming in, but all that matters is that it's OpTic Gaming 1, Ninjas in Pyjamas 1 with 30 seconds remaining. That's that painful goal to concede for NIP. And right back on the front foot.
But that's just what Retals does. That's his MO. Even if he doesn't make contact on that first hit, you know he's immediately switching into bumper demo mode.
Stromik in the corner, has Bems behind him. Can we get a late winner? Stromik tries to fake it past one, but Retals saw the ball was just going past the goal. He was relieved, I think, to get that ball to the side. Then OpTic charge it forward. Motta, how's your read? How's your touch? It's not too bad, but AJ's coming in. Motta has to close it down. Leaves it for his teammate, Stromik.
Stromik at 0 seconds. Oh, Magic Bear tips it across the net. Retals will take this down to the ground, happy to send game 2 into overtime.
Good performance from Ninjas in Pyjamas. They conceded a poor goal. They didn't let it phase them, and they ended game 2 better than their opponents. Motta, can you get Retals? Oh, Retals held his nerve and let his opponent jump over him.
And Motta was off to a nice start, got the demo on OpTic after they picked up that full boost. And if Retals gets bumped there, it's GG, but Retals, he knows the craft of the demo and the bump well enough, but there's gonna be the overtime winner! That. And you can see the hype from Stromik.
I could hear them not in my headphones. I could hear them in the arena coming through my headphones. Such is the volume of Ninjas in Pyjamas. A huge reaction to a huge goal, and they take their first game. That's Motta's first ever game win at an RLCS LAN.
And Motta, I think, had a great game, even though didn't score in this one. You could see how much his effort paid off in terms of getting NIP time on attack. Those demos, even if it doesn't lead to a goal right away, it deleted that boost off the field that was in possession of OpTic Gaming. And then 2, you know, you're messing up the rotations briefly, but it's enough for NIP to continue to move that attacking line forward. So you can really see Astromik is the leader of this team, especially out there on the pitch right now. Astromik has been doing so much work, but I have been impressed with Mata so far and his composure and willingness to get his hands dirty on the demos.
As for OpTic, maybe lacking in creativity somewhat, which is surprising for a team that have so much creativity within them, especially from that man right there, AJ, capable of anything. I think too often for the bulk of that game, the ball would come to them in defense, and instead of working their way out, instead of trying to tempt in a 50-50 and trying to play it around them, they'd go for a sort of, like, I don't know, just a sort of semi-solo play.
Yeah, they haven't been as polished as you'd expect. We've seen a lot of scrappy goals out of OpTic. You know, the bumps, the demos. We saw that bump goal lead to a goal for OpTic. I mean, they do rely on that. That is one tool in the toolkit, but you're going to need more than that. AJ's 50s were the only reason they won game 1, so they're going to have to figure something out offensively and find, at least, you know, try to get AJ some boost and space on the ball.
And it's do more than go through the emotions, because NIP's emotions are starting to improve them, build them, spur them on.
Oh, here we go.
Side forces it in. NIP have their second lead.
And Astromik is up out of his seat.
He's gonna be sprinting around the arena soon.
He's not even in a. He's in a fold-out chair as well. I just noticed. Yeah. He's not even in a gaming chair.
Is that? I hope that's his choice.
Yeah, no.
Someone get him a chair otherwise.
No, that's great. But you can. I mean, I'm glad he hasn't fallen out of it yet. He's been jumping out of his seat, celebrating. You can see the hype and you can see the emotion from Astromik, who's right now being the leader that NIP needs.
OpTic Gaming, do they have enough character to get through NIP, who are starting to warm up and really starting to, the esports equivalent of getting their faces, the cheers are loud. OpTic will be well aware of how loud they're being. They get the passes going. Rettles is saved at the near post, and now Astromik can start a counter-attack. Mota backflips. Rettles tries to put it towards AJ. Is that one sneaking in? Not with Bems there. It's more stalwart defending from NIP, taking their time, showing their composure, not rushing their touch. Another infield pass.
Wow.
This one is sunk, and it's 1-1.
I mean, you wanted to see more creativity out of OpTic, and we're seeing that. That was such a good pass from AJ. Rettles with the shot perfectly placed. And even before that, we saw AJ up on the sidewall. Magic Bear pre-jumped off the wall, and Rettles was low and far post, giving AJ some passing options. OpTic have stepped it up in terms of what they're bringing to the table with these plays.
Ooh, almost straight from the kickoff, the flip reset from Astromik. And now Bems, he should be able to get a touch here past Magic Bear, and does. Can he get one last one? Not quite. More questions being asked of OpTic in defense.
Oh, nice shot.
Top corner, what a strike.
And Astromik is popping off. This man cannot be stopped right now. This one bar down. Magic Bear has to just watch that go in off the perfect shot. And Astromik, the confidence oozing out of him.
Honestly, just watching Astromik and his little player cam is almost as entertaining as the Rocket League itself. Yeah. He's jumping up, he's like a jack in the box.
That's the first place I'm looking.
Yeah, same. What's he up to this time? Well, hopefully defending for now, because Rettles is coming forward, and OpTic make their way through.
Even on that goal, just seeing the dichotomy of how excited Astromik's getting, how excited NIP's getting, and then OpTic scores, and it's like fist bump.
Old school fist bumps. It's very old school.
It does come off as a little bit old school. When I'm reminded of teams in the past where, you know, it was almost cool to show as little emotion as possible. But, you know, we've seen teams that really do get excited and get hyped up. That positive energy does impact the game in a positive way.
Might be frustrating almost to NIP that OpTic are still so calm in a place like this where clearly the pressure is on them. Maybe they're not looking at their opponents at all. Who knows? Here's AJ, no boost at all. He's charged down so quick by Mota. AJ knows how to play the game with zero boost, does well.
And if AJ had any boost, that would have been great. You could see Rettles actually backflipped there to stop the ball and really tee it up. But it was unfortunate for OpTic because AJ just had zero boost. If AJ has boost in that situation, could have been a genuine AJ solo play opportunity. And now we see a pre-jump from AJ! He's floating in the sky, and then he rains it down.
You have to love that. He's already up. Here he goes. Where's the touch? Where's the touch? To me, it's perfect. Goes into the bottom corner. Easy as you like. The splash comes out. and OpTic Gaming restore their lead. The first time they've won in the last, or taken the lead in the last couple of games as well.
And that was really well executed. We've seen before, Magic Bear was actually the one to go for a pre-jump play on an AJ pass, but that time Magic Bear getting a perfect touch. AJ jumping early. It was a pretty tame pre-jump play, but it was executed nicely.
Ninja in Pyjamas going to have to build back again from zero. Astromic to the backboard. Magic Bear's already there and waiting. The continued professionalism from OpTic seems to be the key word they're trying to focus on. But Motta, he's come through. Where's the mechanics? He's got the flip reset. Wants to go over the top of Rettles. Can't quite do that. He's got all sorts of pressure on OpTic Gaming.
And it did look like that corner boost got stolen. If you briefly looked up after that boost steal, all 3 members of OpTic were on 0. Now they do get boosted up. AJ looking for a solo play. You saw Magic Bear creeping in the middle. But AJ, perhaps the most creative offensive player out there on the pitch right now. Sometimes he just does what you don't expect.
Needs that to happen again soon. Magic Bear to the backboard of him. Bems will take a touch out wide. AJ's going to catch it. Maybe here's a chance for the unexpected. One touch to the ceiling, over the top. Has the edgeable as well. Motta gets in the way and pushes it to the side. Ninja in Pyjamas staying alive, but OpTic's starting to look a little bit more free in their gameplay, and it's working up to now. Rettles, a flip reset, the knock into the center, and Astromic charges it down.
You saw the flip reset there, but you knew his options were limited. Went for the pass, but it was read all the way from NIP. There's under a minute left to go. NIP, they need to get possession back. So far, it's been OpTic. We've had most of the control as of late, but this could be a nice play. Mata around many, but Rettles is able to clear that out. However, Bam's picking it up, goes for the pass, but that's cut out by Magic Bear.
Fantastic read from Magic Bear there. A true moment of danger until Magic Bear got in the way of it and interrupted Motta. One touch towards his own flip reset. It's a backflip from Rettles towards Astromic. And Ninja in Pyjamas can cause some chaos here. 20 seconds remaining. Motta's up. Motta to the corner. Can he get the redirect? He's missed it. And Magic Bear backflips it away.
Oh, but you can see how awkward this has been for OpTic. Finally, AJ's able to get a clear out, but it's cleared right back in. Last chance here for NIP. There's a big demo in the corner. Ball floating up. The shot blocked by Rettles. AJ will hit it down the side, and that is going to be it. OpTic take the game, but it was a tight one. In the end, we saw NIP start to get some chances. That was another big demo from Motta near the end of the game, but they just could not put that shot in a dangerous spot. You saw a big-time save, and then the additional clear out from AJ. Another big game from Rettles on the scoreboard, but I feel like AJ just continues to be the heart and soul of this OpTic team.
He's certainly the difference. Although, yet again, not the MVP by 9 points. So while he's the MVP to you and me, James, the game...
It's still another save.
And it's another save as well. Get back on your own line, AJ.
Save the ball, all right? don't let AJ be in the back. You put him up front. You put him in the midfield.
All right.
He's the outlet pass.
I'll have a word with their coach, and we'll see what changes. But OpTic, I mean, I don't think they need any changes right now. I feel like their rotations and their mechanics are solid enough that they don't have to try anything too crazy against Ninjas in Pyjamas. The question for me is, do NIP have another gear to go into?
Well, they're going to need it. I think right now we've seen Astromic really operating quite nicely. Astromic has been a majority, if not all, of the offense for NIP. He's been hitting some big-time shots. You're seeing the energy out of him as well.
Look at this.
He's just got to get some help. Someone's got to step up. Is it going to be Mata or Bems, or maybe both? They need to step up right now. Otherwise, they're going to be going down into that lower bracket.
I never realized how big Utopia Coliseum was until that overhanging shot just there. It's massive. What a place to play your Rocket League this is in Game 4 between OpTic and Ninja in Pyjamas. All question marks for me on NIP. Can you step up, or will OpTic Gaming just see this one through? It's starting to look like they might, especially the way they've started this fourth game.
Yeah, and that is a nice boost grab from Rettles. Trying to starve the team out. Another zero boost situation. We've seen sometimes the ball coming to AJ just when he has got nothing in the tank. But there's a demo off ball for Magic Bear. However, this could be bad. It bounces off Riddle's face and goes back out into the danger zone. Bems with a flip reset. Rebound up front of net, and that's going to be saved. Bems and Motta trying to combine for a play there. Close, but not close enough.
Yeah, you have to shoot smarter than that when you're up against OpTic, and all 3 of them are in the net. It's a decent touch into the center, but Rettles will be able to skitter around it and then get some clean 50-50-age all the way down to the NIPN. Magic Bear up against Bems. Bems is trying to wait on the spot, not overcommit, not getting his teammates away. He may well do that. Motta has to be careful, but he doesn't bump Astromic. Astromic, who has been the NIP MVP up to now. Just need that little bit more, that final cutting edge. If they can get that, then this OpTic Gaming roster are here for the taking.
You can see Rettles trying to bump Bems off that ball. Rettles such a nuisance to play against. Even if he doesn't get the demo, he can get a glancing blow on you that will throw you off. And now we see OpTic on the attack. Bems with a side flip. There's a demo in the corner. Rettles getting taken out. But Rettles on the respawn will kick this across the field. Another demo from behind by Magic Bear. OpTic going tit for tat on these demos.
Astromic out wide towards Motta. Beautiful rotation from the two of them. Motta turns it down. Reckoned that Astromic could get a second touch. It wasn't quite to be, but the attack continues for NIP. Desperate to get this ball outside of the midfield. Want to just push it forward. And just getting demos to try and break through OpTic, but neither player just went for the ball. You need a bit more ego for Ninjas in Pyjamas as OpTic continue to zip it about them. Any second you feel OpTic will have that final pass, and Ninjas in Pyjamas fight maybe 4.
And then you see 2 go for NIP, and this puts Bems in an awkward spot, but fortunately for him, OpTic sputtering out on the attack. Magic Bear awkward on the back wall. There's a pinch that went straight up off the ceiling. OpTic will survive, but you can see they have not been comfortable on defense.
Yeah, sudden pressure now coming in from Ninjas in Pyjamas. They've upped their pace, going more direct, pushing it above
Ooh,
the
I love
OpTic
that
goal.
though. And this might pay off. We can see Rettles! This was so smart from the very beginning for Rettles. He leaves the ball. He just drives past it because he knows he won that space. Goes upfield and gives AJ an option. And that angle was not an easy angle. That was a great goal from Rettles.
Yeah, it seemed to have chapters, that goal. First the decision from Rettles, then the fake from AJ, and then finally the finish, and it could be finished!
Oh!
Magic Bear makes it look so easy!
And this was pure panic on the back line from Astromic. You see he jumps and side flips right there. Instead of flipping forward, I don't know if it made much of a difference, but it just hurts to side flip in a situation like that.
It looked like a forfeit moment. Like, he's jumped in the air and he's gone, do you know what? You just have it. You just have it. I'm out of here. I'll play. We'll play from 0-2 down. We can do this. But can they? I pray and hope that Ninjas in Pyjamas can do this. They push forward. They give us a game all the way to the end of game 4. It's saved yet again by OpTic. The shot's too simple for the green wall. Rettles forward, that one could pinch anywhere, but it goes to Magic Bear, and he's got 100 boost as well. Games management from OpTic has been flawless so far.
It has been, and really, that impact play was the play from Rettles when he was able to move up, you know, take that space and then leave it to go upfield. It's so smart. You see that as well for players like apparently Jack as well, just those players who are thinking that next step ahead really quickly, but you also have to have teammates that are on the same page as well. That was really well done from AJ to move into that space and really make the play happen. But after that, the kickoff goal has given now a 2-goal lead for OpTic as we are approaching the final 60 seconds of the game and potentially of the series unless NIP can find something here.
They turn to Astromic, they turn to their heroes and they say, can you provide anything that will break down OpTic? And it's not looking likely. The demo's raining in now. It's just pure clean Rocket League from OpTic. Ninjas in Pyjamas just, the ball's a little bit too far away from them. They can't get control of it. OpTic charging it down faster than they're used to. And these big clearances, James, every time they get one, it's another nail in the coffin.
It has been, and there's just been no answer from OpTic, or from NIP rather, but from these OpTic clears. NIP, they've relied a lot on Astromic's offense, but that's all NIP has had. Motta and Bems need to bring something now.
15 seconds remaining and OpTic just refusing to let this ball in their goal. AJ's reversing, Rettles is charging it down, gets yet another clearance away. It's surely done and dusted. OpTic Gaming are about to stand up and gentlemanly shake hands, I feel. The celebrations have been a bit different. Had Ninjas in Pyjamas won that one, and a removal of the headset.
They give off the vibe that it's just another day.
Yep.
That's what it's been like. AJ,
Shake the head.
It's hard to catch him smile.